Hey guys, welcome back to our farm. As you can see, there are a lot of changes that have taken place. The last time we were here, of course, the place was all green, but now we have started doing the most important work, which means we definitely dug up the roots and then we plowed this whole place. And guys, it was a process, but I'm so happy that we are done with that part, because it's time for us to start doing what we are supposed to do with this piece of property. And that's why today it's very important for me to bring an agronomist in this farm so that he can walk us through the basics. Trust you me, the things I have learned today just working with this person and just collaborating with him in this farm, mind-boggling. We have learned the importance of soil testing, things that you must not do at your farm, mistakes that you are supposed to avoid. And I hope honestly this episode just teaches you a thing or two about, just making sure you are getting it right from the foundation stages. And I hope we continue learning together. So let's listen in so that you guys can be able to experience the conversation that we had. And of course, just once again, really appreciate you for following this journey. And I can't wait to see what we do with this Kanya farm and just learning together, all right? Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael Odhiambo Ndiala. I am an agronomist and agribusiness consultant. I run a company called Agronomy Plus, where our main role is to help farmers make the right decisions before they make the worst mistakes in agribusiness. I'm very excited to be here today. I'm hoping to enjoy this conversation and probably share a few nuggets that both of us will be able to benefit from.
Good.
Yep.
I really do appreciate you. I mean, look at me sitting with an agronomist. Like, who would have thought that one day I would definitely be here sitting with an agronomist, just learning, relearning and unlearning.
Right.
So I don't take this opportunity for granted. And even you just saying yes, saying Lynn, I got you. Let's come, let's educate people. So I don't take that for granted. So let's start. Welcome to our farm.
Thank you.
Yes,
this is... You have a very beautiful farm.
Oh, really?
You've done also some amazing work, I will not lie.
Yeah.
I mean, the fence looks perfect.
Thank you.
It's normally the first step, so you're getting things right.
Yeah.
The soil looks really, really good. Everything looks really perfect. I like it here.
No, thank you for the compliments.
Yeah.
And that's why you are here.
Yeah.
We've done the plowing, we've done a lot of things, we've uprooted. I will share that episode with our audience because there are so many value adds to even what we did. But is this the right step to take? Because I didn't want to bring anyone else before having you on the show so that you can be able to tell us farm iko hivi saa hii venye iko. Is this the right step to take? Just starting with consulting or talking to an expert?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. And I'd like to twist it a bit to you.
Go on.
So as an investor in agriculture, what was your mental model? How did you think about things that you want to do? And how did you think about, let me come to this place, get land, let me plow, let me not put animals, for example. So walk me through your thought process from a layman's perspective, from an investor's perspective, and then we look at it from that perspective.
You intervene me now?
No, come on.
Okay, let me do this, right? So I'm going to be very honest. When my partner and we got this land, definitely it was for let's get a piece of land. At the end of the day, we have to have a home somewhere. We have to definitely build something for ourselves. So that was the initial reason. But then we start and we are like, because we got this land, till our last payment, it's been almost 3.5 years.
Wow,
so we got it and we first came here. We loved it. We loved the place. My partner loves Ngugi. I've grown to love Ngugi. We definitely come a lot in this area. So we really loved the place, right? And then we sat and we are like, we finished, definitely paying. So what do we do with the place? I've done a lot of agri-business content on the platform. And I remember this person I hosted from Karakuta Farm.
Yeah.
That is Madam Grace of Karakuta
Yeah,
Farm. And we were
Grace,
having
yeah.
a conversation
Yeah.
on Hass avocados.
Yeah.
And she said something that stuck with us. And she was like, Lynn, even if you are planning a farm, you are planning on doing agriculture, and you want to do agribusiness, always start with the market in
First,
mind.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So as we came here, definitely did a few studies, looked at the area, and we know there are very many opportunities here
Yeah.
that we will share with our audience. We knew we had gotten it right. But then the land comes bushy. This is virgin land. And as I continue doing these conversations, I knew
Yeah.
you can't tiptoe
Yeah.
on this land.
Yeah.
You have to first get it right.
Right.
So which means let us first make sure we have a fence, we have a gate,
Yeah.
we have a borehole,
Yeah.
so that even if we decide to do anything, then we are definitely doing it the professional way,
Yeah.
and we are not cutting corners.
Right.
And we definitely thank God for the resources,
Yeah.
because the more we do it, the more so we realize
Yeah.
it's not as easy. You don't just decide you are going to plow, you are going to uproot if you don't have the resources,
Yeah.
and the borehole and the fence as well.
Yeah.
So we are very grateful at least we had the resources to do that part. And now, of course, after plowing, we looked at it from the knowledge we've gathered on agribusiness
Right.
and also agriculture.
Yeah.
The soil is here.
Yeah.
One of the things we are realizing,
Yeah.
we know the soil is here.
Yeah.
Do we really know what the soil is?
Yeah.
Do we even know what type of soil is here?
Yes.
Do we know the mistakes we are bound to make with this soil?
Yeah.
And that's why we put a stop and said, let us seek the services of an agronomist,
Okay.
because this is a journey we are walking with our audience.
Yeah.
So even before we do anything,
Yeah.
we first learn.
Yeah.
So we don't repeat mistakes, and we don't do something that we are bound to regret later
Correct,
on. I
correct.
don't know if I've answered that.
No, you have. I have understood where you come from, what you've done, and part of that is what I wanted to mention. Most mistakes are normally made because everyone thinks farming is about planting. So you plant first and then you think about the rest later. The first activity, the first step you need to make is to get the right information.
Yes.
And just to also clarify, agronomist means two things.
Yes.
Yeah? So there's the scientific agronomy where it's about crop health. So you are like a doctor to the crops. So you're telling us about pest and disease and the rest. But in Kenya, it means a lot of things. It means tell me what I can grow, tell me where I can sell, tell me. So it's like they are putting the whole agribusiness conversation into an agronomist. So you are right. So the first thing is always to get the right information. So the right information comes in very different formats. The first mistake most people do is they plant what their neighbor is planting. So you come, the same way every Kenyan has an M-Pesa shop.
Yes.
So you find I started an M-Pesa, we have 20 other M-Pesa shops. It's the same way someone sees my neighbor is growing maize and beans, so you also come and grow maize and beans. When you want to know what to grow, the first thing is to go into market. And market research is not going to your local market and then seeing that most the people are selling watermelon and mangoes and the rest, and you want to do the same. So the first thing that you would do is to try and quantify the market size. So you want to grow maize, for example. How many people consume maize? How many people sell this maize? Where is this maize coming from that is being consumed there? How much does it cost to bring it to, and how much are they selling it at? And then identify what is the gap. Is the maize being sold all year round? Are the prices consistent all year round? So look at the trends as well. Look at a bit of data. Government collects this data every day. If you bought a business daily every day, you'd find the agricultural commodities market with prices every day. But also there's a government platform that also avails this information.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called KIAMIS. It's KIAMIS. It was a FAO funded project, but it was transferred to government.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether it's on right now because they were adding a bit of data, but it's there. So that platform informs you about the demand. You know when there's a huge demand and when there's a slump in demand. It also explains to you why there's that slump in the demand. So this level of market research then allows you to quantify what the gap is and whether if you farm that, you'll be able to make money out of it. All right?
Yes.
So it's very important that you get your market research right. We've also seen a scenario where everyone is seeing, especially now that we farm also through social media. So there are always waves. We had a quail wave, and I think we saw that. People even had some biblical verses to support quail. It was very funny. And then that wave ended.
Yes.
Then a new wave came in. We also have dragon fruit.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think dragon fruit is a wave, because when everyone has grown dragon fruit, no one can actually say, Lynn will come and buy 2 tons of my dragon fruits. Everyone is selling seedlings. And we are getting to that point where we will have a saturation of dragon fruits. Actually, the prices have come down from 1,000 per kg to probably 200. It's probably going even lower.
Yeah.
But the question is, have we sat down and done our market research to understand which crops to grow? So from a market research, I'll give an example. It's very general, very generic. But the longest relationship that I know ever is that of tomatoes and onions. Yeah, every house cooks with 1 onion and 2 tomatoes at least.
Yes.
And that is the longest relationship ever. So that at least tells you from 2019 data census, we have 12 million households. At least 90% of 12 million consumes tomatoes and onions. So that tells you there's an opportunity there.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the examples. But once you do your market research and you've gone to the depths, if you can even have the persona that Lynn will come and buy my onions or my tomatoes once I grow them, then you can now say, now I am at a point where I now understand how the market works, how the market thinks, and where I will sell this product. Yes.
Good.
So that's step number 1. It's very important. It's one of the most, and it's one of the biggest mistakes people do.
Yes.
The second thing to look into are the resources. And by resources, I mean the soil, I mean financial resource, I mean human resource, human capital. The second biggest gap is that, and I've seen this so many times and so many years, someone would want to spend a lot of money on capex. Similar to what you've done, you spent a lot of money on the fence, on the land.
What is capex?
Or capital expenditure.
Oh, good.
So
Thank you.
these are the investments you make as you start,
Yes.
and probably you may not make them later on, probably 10, 15, 20 years later. So borehole is a capex, for example.
Okay.
Fencing is a capex. Buying the land itself is a capex. Setting up infrastructure in the farm is also a capex. So you'd find someone will go and take a loan, for example, and spend on a greenhouse or drip irrigation, those fancy big things. Yeah. But after that, when now you're going to the operational expenses, so we're talking about seeds, we're talking about fertilizer or inputs, we're talking about labor, how do you pay your casuals, those people working on your farm and so on, then you don't have enough money to run that.
Yes.
So yes, you have very beautiful looking farm, I mean in terms of infrastructure, the greenhouse and the rest, but there's nothing coming out of it. So it stops being a business. So
it becomes a liability.
It becomes a liability. Now you're wondering, you can't sleep. You know, you have anxiety, you have depression, because now people are expecting their money tomorrow. You don't have the money to pay them. So financial resource and cash flow management is one of the biggest issues. Yeah. So you need to make sure you have sat down during planning to know that, yes, I want to grow tomatoes. This is what these are the costs of tomatoes for a whole season, end to end. So month 1, this is how much I need. I need it in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Month 2, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. All the way to the time you finish harvesting and you are paid.
Yes.
Because that is a full cycle now of a season. If you're able to plan that and forecast that and have that in your financial plan before you even put your seed on the ground, then you're good to go.
Good.
Yes. The second one is the soil, and I think that's also a conversation that we'll probably delve deeper later.
Yes.
Normally, there's always a misconception that come and get soil samples from my soil and then tell me what I can grow.
Yes.
Scientifically, that's not correct. It probably just tells you what you cannot grow. So soil test has 2 things. You test for available nutrients or food for crops that is in the soil, so that you know the gaps you're working with. And then number 2, potential disease-causing organisms, we call them pathogens, that are in the same soil that could probably affect some different crops.
Yes.
For example, tomatoes cannot grow in soil that has a pathogen, a disease-causing organism that we call Fusarium. Not Fusarium, bacterial wilt. So if you did a soil test in your farm and the results came back, and you have traces of bacterial wilt, I'll tell you not to grow tomatoes, not to grow potatoes, and any of that family.
Yes.
And the reason why you will not do that is because you'll not harvest anything. They will all die before you get to the fruit stage. So soil test will tell you not to grow tomatoes, but it will not tell you not to grow onions. But so it's important, before you say I want to grow maize or potatoes or whatever, do a soil test. Take it to a credible lab, let them test it, tell you what is available in terms of nutrients, in terms of pathogens or rather pathology, and also test your water. We'll get into the depth of that, but test your water, test your soil for nutrients and pathology, then it will tell you what not to do and what to do.
Okay.
So the third one is the human capital. And I think this is, I'll give you a scenario. So as Kenyans, we would spend a lot of money on capital expenditure. So buy the land, fence it up, set a borehole, in fact, put solar panels on the borehole, set drip irrigation system, etc. And then assume that your cousin who stopped school at class 8 will be able to manage that enterprise to a point where you get results. That's a big mistake. Every aspect, every training, every profession has its skill set, and there's a reason why this is a course trained somewhere. You need professional management to be able to run this. So you need someone who has some level of understanding, either through experience over many years, or through school, or through both. Actually, sometimes school alone cannot help. So you need to have someone who had gone to school, they've studied on agronomy, horticulture, farm management, whatever, even general agriculture, a diploma, degree, or certificate level, to be able to come and manage your farm. So you need to invest in good, skilled people. So that's number one. Number two, also invest in good character. I think that's the other mistake we've had. So we've had people selling your stuff. Either it's your input or it's your output when you're not there. And then when you show up, they start giving you all manner of excuses. So investing in a proper human resource, farm management, human resource, or labor is very paramount. Remember, this is it's
a must.
No, it's not a favor. In fact, the mistake we normally do is to bring our relatives. That's a big mistake, because your relative, you can never hold them accountable. You need someone who you'll come and have difficult conversations with. You'll sit down with me and say, Michael, we gave you this job, this is what we agreed on, you came in highly recommended, etc, but kunaenda aje, what's happening at our farm? And I'm able to explain to you, to see the risks before, and help you de-risk before. So at knowledge level, and at at knowledge level, and also at execution level. It's one thing to know about this pest. It's another thing about managing that pest so that it's not a big challenge or a big deal to the farm. Yes, so that's very important. So that's another aspect that you need to invest in very well.
All right.
The other bonus things that probably you need to do is to look at your land. Like your farm here, the terrain is almost flat.
It's actually very flat.
It's very flat. So you need to think about, when it rains, do you have enough drainage systems? Because again, too much rain. Water is important for crops to grow. When it's more than enough, will it be a danger to the crop? Some crops love a lot of water. We have water-loving crops, but also we have crops that struggle with a lot of water at the root system. The root system starts rotting. So you look at at the point of designing, you design the drainage systems so that you don't have water stuck at the different places. The other one is also to look at your neighbors. Do they have possible pests, and how do you go about that? You also need to see, this is a pretty open space, so there's a lot of wind. Even now we can experience a lot of wind. So we need to think about windbreakers, because again, a lot of things come. Pests fly in, we have cross-pollination or whatever you don't want to. So you need to probably put windbreakers. So those are things that you put during your farm layout, so that it helps you sort of protect the farm around.
I love to hear it, because as you are saying, you know, things like windbreakers, those are things that we assume that we shouldn't do, but then you've not considered the whole pest journey towards your farm, because again, if you don't have windbreakers, then you are inviting more pests inside your farm, right? Another question maybe that I would want us to get into before we get into the the soil.
Right.
For someone who skipped those steps,
Yeah.
for someone who hired maybe the cousin who was not experienced, because again we are learning and learning and
Yeah,
relearning.
relearning.
For someone who did not go through the soil testing,
Yeah.
for someone who did not even have the windbreakers, what should they now start doing? And can someone actually reverse some of these mistakes?
Yeah, I mean, most of them are easy to reverse. Apart from, say, for example, if you had the wrong person dig your borehole, it becomes a little expensive to reverse because those are very costly investments. But things like soil test is a continuous practice. I think after every season, you need to see whether your soil has changed in terms of the nutrient composition, because there's something we call nutrient mining. And I know this farm is meant to be fully organic, so we'll mention both worlds. Yeah. So nutrient mining is where you plant the crop. As long as the crop is alive in that farm, it's eating from the soil.
Yes.
So what does that mean? It's taking and
Away
taking
the
and
nutrients.
taking, but it's not depositing back. Apart from crops like, say, the legumes, the beans and the rest, which fix nitrogen.
Yes.
So they pick nitrogen from them and then fix it into the soil. Most of them are just taking and taking and taking. After 2 seasons, you realize you're not getting the same yield you got the first season. Then you need to see, is the soil still the same, or do you have deficiencies now, and how do you compensate for that deficiency?
Wow.
Oh, yeah? So soil test is continuous. It's not one-off. So you'll do one now, you'll still at the end of the season do another one. And sometimes even during the season, you did a soil test and then the leaves are showing you some deficiency.
Yes.
You can decide to take a sample to the lab. They will see and tell you this soil lacks phosphorus, for example. Or if it's yellowish, it lacks nitrogen, or those kind of details. And then you try and rectify now in your nutrition plan. So those are things that you can rectify. Some not during that season, probably in the seasons after, but some you can do that immediately. Windbreaker, I mean, you can plant banana trees all around. It gives you another value chain to sell, another crop. But you can also put net around.
Yeah.
So you see, it's a quick turnaround kind of windbreaker solution. Costly, but it's a quick turnaround.
Effective.
But if you want live kind of fence, then you put trees, or you put K apples, or you plant bananas which are faster growing, and will give you another extra product to sell.
All right.
Which is normally what I recommend.
Okay. So work with a product in mind. Work with a product in mind.
Yes, if you work with an extra product, you see, it's a farm and you will put water, you'll spend money on it.
Yeah.
So why don't you just put something that you can harvest from? And you know, with banana, it's 3 meters by 3 meters. So if you have 3 meters and you have 100 meters, that is close to 30 plants on one side.
Yeah.
And 30 mats. Because you know, banana grows in 3. Yeah?
Yes.
You sort of have one that you're harvesting, one that is close by will start flowering, and then there's one that is coming. So you'll always have banana harvesting continuously happening. So I always suggest, if you can do pawpaw, if you have market for pawpaw, or banana, if you have market for banana, either the green banana or the one that you ripen and cook. In my opinion, I think there's a bit of demand around some of those things. Yeah.
Do it. Right now, the farm looks fresh, but as you can see, obviously, the surrounding, we are surrounded by so many other farms. And as you said, we want this farm to be fully organic. For us to be able to create an ecosystem where even if the neighbors come, they can do whatever they want and our farm is safe. How do we go about that?
Say organic proofing of your farm, for lack of a better word, is, of course, you need to set up your own boundaries and also put some sort of a barrier, because pests will always come. You'll also realize when you start growing your crops, because this is the green, you start getting pests. This is, it's like when freshers come to a campo. Everyone else from 4th year, 3rd year, they want to go to the freshers hostels and classes and meet them. So even here, when you grow, you'll start seeing pests coming in, because it's the new darling, etc. So you sort of want to manage the pest through what I call IPM. IPM is Integrated Pest Management System. It has an aspect of chemical, because sometimes the pest threshold can really get to a point where the normal organic or mechanical or biological solutions cannot help, because IPM has 3 principles. So one is mechanical. Try and protect your crops from being attacked by the crop. So you clear, there's no weeds, You have barrier crops. I don't know whether you've seen French beans. They normally put maize. They grow maize around it.
Yes.
It's normally to sort of form a barrier to protect against white flies that might fly from that heavily infested. So it's like a fast filter.
All right.
So the first one is to create that barrier. So the fence I'm talking about, the bananas and so on and so forth, to sort of block it out and then slowly work the rest. The second one is to get your neighbors to do the same. You see, when you're living in apartments and your neighbor has cockroaches, irrespective of how many times you fumigate your home,
kwako.
they will still find their way.
Yes.
So if you can get your neighbor to do the same and 10 other neighbors, then all of you are on a collective goal of.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you can get your neighbor to also buy into your food system approach, which is now organic, then you'll also be, the activities they're doing at their farm is also doing, so you're sort of managing each other.
Yes.
So that is just one or two of ways that you can do. The rest, of course, the farm has to be as hygienic as possible, so as clean as possible. Later on, we'll probably discuss in depth in another episode how to set up a proper organic farm. But also you might need to do a bit of companion planting. So you don't do monocropping. You don't just grow onions. Some pests do not like the smell of dania, coriander. So you probably plant in a bit of dania in between. And a few other crops that are normally there. So you find ways of doing companion planting.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But your food system approach is determined by what your market is demanding. If you have a market for organic,
we do,
and they are willing to pay.
I know the people. We are all in this journey together. We must advocate for organic food because I know it's doable. There are so many stereotypes around. Don't do organic because of this and that, but I know it's doable because I've met people who are doing it and it's working. And I know definitely for us, it's not just about planting. It's we have the end goal in mind. How many diseases will we be preventing if we do things the right way? Someone challenged me and they were like, Lynn, please don't be happy when they are telling you they are opening hospitals. That is a sick nation.
I agree with you. Actually, so part of how we grow, so we don't do 100% organic because also of the scale. Okay, one of the challenges I've seen with organic, and I'm looking forward to learning with you, doing organic at scale, because that's what your vision is how do we scale some of those solutions. So we do mostly what we call a blended approach. So there's a bit of conventional because it's sometimes monocropping and then it's at a bigger scale, but also chemicals are our last resort. So last resort means we did everything humanly possible until we got to that point where we felt we are going to lose this crop if we do not do the chemical. And then even the chemical has to be one that is sustainable. Part of the challenge with our current farming systems, and most farmers have, is that we are not ethical enough. Our ethos are not correct. So you'd find that an agrochemical product normally has some instructions here. And in those instructions, if you read, it says, if you spray today, the post-harvest interval, the next time, the earliest you can harvest is after 4 days. We spray today, we want to harvest tomorrow because the market is demand tomorrow. So that is what now brings a lot of problems.
It is us, the character.
It is our character. It's a character issue. But if you actually did what it requires, because climate change has also brought some interesting pests and diseases, I'll tell you. I think 10, 15 years ago, we didn't have fall armyworm at the scale that we have it. That's in maize. But you see, it's a new problem that we need to solve, and it's at scale. I mean, if fall armyworm falls into your maize farm, and you don't take to manage it in good time, you lose the whole crop. So some of those challenges. Tomato has an interesting pest called Tuta absoluta. I mean, 15, 20 years ago, that thing was not a problem here. But because the climate has changed, we have warmer periods, the periods where the pests multiply is really fast. So you need quick ways of managing them. So at scale, sometimes it becomes a little challenging managing this pests and diseases. So we do a blended approach, the IPM approach, and also even crop nutrition. We just don't throw in fertilizer. We do soil test, we look at the differences, we look at the crops that they are mining, and how do we plan with organic and inorganic to supplement the crop to produce the highest volume possible within parameters that we think are
Yes.
safe. So it's a character issue.
It's a character issue. I
Yeah.
love that also we can incorporate organic manure. Is that a good approach?
Yes, I mean, organic manure is good because it's natural.
Yes.
It degenerates into the soil and does not pollute the soil
Yeah.
eventually long term. I think part of the challenge that we have even with our water bodies is that in some places we've pumped in a lot of fertilizers and the rest, they've seeped into the water tables, then flown into our oceans and then affect even the marine ecosystem.
Yes.
So using organic also helps. The farmyard manure, the compost pits, the vermicompost.
Yeah.
There's also another one called frass.
Yes.
You've heard of those two small insects called BSF, black soldier
BSF,
fly.
yes.
Yeah, so you give them a heap of, I don't know, this is an opportunity, someone could probably grab it. I don't know whether there's someone doing it. You go to Marikiti, take all that waste,
Yes.
go set it up somewhere, put a small greenhouse or setup for the BSF, feed it to them. Their refuse is what we call frass, which is fertilizer which is organic fertilizer for your crops.
We are definitely gonna do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Honestly, we are definitely gonna do that
Yeah.
because I just want the touch of organic everything.
I see.
The challenges, I know the challenges are there,
Yeah.
but we fail. We try.
We try.
We try,
we
and
fail.
we
And as I
fail.
had mentioned
Yes.
to you, if you're
Yeah.
able to achieve this, then you have the playbook for organic at scale. In African context, you know,
Yes.
in the European context, because of a lot of other things, they're able to do some of these things. But in our local context, maybe not. Not yet, because when you prove us wrong, then we all take your playbook and get into that. I think the human health should not be at a hospital.
Yes.
You should not brag about having a good health insurance.
Good.
Yeah, because at that time, things are bad. I mean, we are taking you to ICU, OCG. We are treating you. We should be at preventive level.
Yes.
We should be, when you eat this, and this is safe food, it will build up to your immunities, then you'll not get sick. So I agree with you 100%. Good food, good input, stops future
Yes.
disease problems.
Good.
Yeah.
I know we want to move to the soil, but
Yeah.
what are your 5 key mistakes we cannot make on this farm no matter what?
Because we are starting together.
Yes.
So the first one is the right crop to grow. I think we'll get the right one.
Yes.
The right management, because I think you are at the nascent stage, so you will definitely hire right, because we will work with you on that.
Yeah.
Number 3, the next mistake we will avoid is we will have also the right use of water. I think sometimes we either under irrigate or over irrigate, and then we don't get to use the water sustainably.
Yes.
So that is the other thing.
All right.
The 4th one is market. I think you already have market.
Yes. My audience are my market. I'm gonna I'm gonna actually do like food baskets.
There you go.
I'm gonna have people come and just buy items from the farm. I'm gonna deliver.
You're going to deliver.
Me, I know the market.
You
is
already
right
know
there.
your market.
Yes.
Yeah, so as long as we have the market, we have the right information in terms
Yeah.
of agronomy.
Yes.
We have the right inputs that are required. We have the right people to manage their farm.
Yeah.
And finally, we have God on our side.
Amen.
Then I think
Above all things.
this should be a breeze in the park.
Above all things.
Yeah.
What else are we moving to next in terms of this conversation?
Let's talk about soil
Good.
first. Soil is the growing medium.
Yes.
Okay. And a growing medium is very important because that's where it's like where you feed from. Even you as Lynn, there's a place where you feed from.
Yeah.
Maybe church, food, etc. There's a place you feed from, and you always want that place nurtured, taken care of sustainably in a way that it grows.
Yes.
So soil is very important to know your soil and grow your soil. Literally, organic farming is growing your soil.
Yeah.
So you want it to be as natural as God intended it to be, but also enough to sustain more seasons. Part of organic farming is to leave the land fallow. So also farm planning, when you're doing it, you also need to know, probably we'll leave this section fallow for 3-4 months to regenerate as you farm on the other side.
Yes.
And so on and so forth. So when you are dealing with soil, you need to know, first of all, your soil structure. Soil structure is how the soil has been made up, the makeup of the soil.
Yes.
Is it black cotton? Is it fully draining, or does it hold a lot of water when it rains, for example? So looking at water drainage, looking at the structure, does it, I mean, how deep is it? Because remember, the soil is where the root zone is.
Yes.
This is where the the crop gets its food from. So you need to look at the soil pH. So the soil pH is, I know you all remember pH from chemistry. It's the same pH. We're actually talking about the same pH.
Okay.
So normally most crops require pH to be between 5.8 to around 6.8 pH. So anything, if it's 7 and below, it means the soil is alkaline. We need to find a way to bring it to more acidic, because we need to allow, remember the nutrients are existing in ions in the soil. So there's a way they need to be available for it to get into the crop through the osmosis you learned about.
Yeah, it's coming.
Now it's practical. And diffusion and the rest.
Yes.
So the nutrients needs to be available for the crop to take it up. So the soil pH does a huge, plays a huge role in that. So you need to make sure your soil is between 5.6 to 6.8, 6.9.
Yes.
If it's too acidic, again, it's say 5, 4.5, there's a problem. It means now the nutrients are what we call embedded into the soil.
Yes.
They are in the soil, yes, but they are not available for the crop to take up. Okay? So you need to put in a bit of basic things, like alkalinic, quote unquote, things like lime and the rest, to reduce the acidity and raise the pH to 5.8 towards 6 for the crop to be able to take it up. So those are the technicalities.
Yes.
So one is the pH. The second one is electrical conductivity. We call it
electrical what?
Conductivity, the EC.
Yes.
It's is it in a moisture, in a form that the crop can take it up? So if you put in water, is it now floating in that water that the soil can take it up? Then the plant can take it up now for photosynthesis and the rest.
All right.
Very important. And then the other one is called cation exchange capacity. I will explain that later because it's a little detailed. But it's also one of the key things that we will be testing when it's taken to the lab.
Okay.
So those cuts across. Then you go to nutrition. So in your nutrition, you need to know crops that normally have what we call macro nutrients and micronutrients. So macro are the main things. Like for Kenyans, macronutrient is ugali. And then micronutrient is carrots, cucumber, and the rest. So for soil, it has 3. It has nitrogen, it has phosphorus, and it has potassium. They all play a key role in the growing of the crop. Whether it's organic or otherwise, the crop requires phosphorus to be available for its robust root formation. Okay, so phosphorus needs to be available in whatever form.
Okay.
Then nitrogen for the leaves, when the leaves are forming. Now unasema na mimea yangu inakuwa because you see green. Now that's the nitrogen because that's important for the vegetative growth. And then potassium is now for the development of the roots of the fruits, flowering. If it's tomatoes, for example, the flowers of tomatoes and the forming of the fruit, also of the size of the fruit. So they're all provided in different formats into the soil. So that's the macro. Micro, we have so many. There's zinc, there's iron, there's boron, there's calcium, which is very important. So there's quite a lot of micro, and all of them are tested so that your soil shows what is available, what is not, and then you see how then do you plug what is not with your input plan. And then the second one is pathology. You can plant and have all the nutrients etc, and then you have the 3 key pathogens, disease-causing organisms that are in the soil. These ones you can't do much about them because they're already in your soil. If they are. So one is the bacterial wilt. It's a bacterial species that causes sudden death to the crop. It affects, you remember in your biology, xylem and phloem. So it affects the xylem. So the crop is not able to take water and etc. And then it dies. Like in tomato farm, if you had bacterial wilt, today they are green, they are looking beautiful, they are lovely, some fruits have started forming. Tomorrow, the plant is drooping. That's a dead plant. So bacterial wilt is very dangerous. So you need to know so that it tells you what crops you cannot grow in your soil. The second one is fusarium wilt. Fusarium wilt also affects part of the phloem, part of the plant, especially the stem and part of the roots. So they just die. You start die back. You see yellowing of the crop. It's like it's dying back if it's a tomato plant. So Fusarium wilt is also in the soil, but that
Yes.
there is a way you can manage. Bacterial wilt, you can't manage it per se. It's a bit of a challenge. We still don't have solutions proper for it. Unless there's one out there. If any of your listeners or viewers has any solution around it, I'd love to know.
All right.
And then the third one is called nematode. There's a particular
Nematode?
nematodes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, nematodes.
Yes.
So nematodes form, the way roots is like this. So it comes and plugs itself into those roots that are supposed to take in the nutrients. So it sort of blocks it from taking nutrients.
Yes.
So it kills the crop like that. And it's a slow killer. You know, it's not an instant like bacterial wilt.
Yeah.
So, but nematodes also, there are solutions, both biological and otherwise, to manage them.
Okay.
So those, in a nutshell, that is the essence of soil test.
Know that before you even do anything.
Know that information is power.
Yeah.
So know that, and then know what you need to do with that. Once know what you have, what you're dealing with, and then put in plans now to work around that.
All right. Someone might ask, so Mike, how did our ancestors do it? How did they know? Did they go through all this procedure, and are there traditional ways of also understanding your soil?
I honestly don't know how ancestors used to do it. I have not seen...
They were the real OGs.
Then they were just the real OGs, and they believed in God, and then they would just plant.
Yeah.
But a lot has changed over time with our farming systems, and I think that is one of the issues. We've ended up having to adapt to the Western culture kind of approach to farm, which sometimes... I mean, it has its own plus and negatives, but it's the world we live in right now. Yeah,
okay.
It's the world we live in.
All right. How long does soil testing take, you know, and also what are the costs in the whole procedure? Yeah.
So how long? Sampling is just one day affair. We will probably take them through and show them what we look at when we're doing sampling.
All right.
And then we take to the lab. So to the lab, it will probably, for pathology, I think 7 days. Private companies take faster, take shorter time. Like so there's a company called Crop Nuts. It's, I think, one of the biggest private companies right now doing soil tests. So Crop Nuts, I think, takes shorter time. But government, like NAL. NAL is at Kabete. We have the Calro in Kabete. So we have the national laboratory there. So then they would take at least 10 working days. So 10 working days is Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday. So that's like 2 weeks. So on the third week, you'll probably have both of your tests ready. In terms of costs, of course, government, because it's for public good, it will be cheaper. I think they're doing nutrition at 1,200 for soil nutrition, both macro and micro. At Crop Nuts, it's slightly expensive. I can't remember the last figure, so I am not sure. So let me not mention on that. I think they should just check on their website. They'll be able to get that. But we also have a few other labs. There's one in University of Rongo University. I think there's one in Egerton. I'm not sure. There's one in Moi. So there are a number of other private labs that are doing this. Some for public good, some are purely business oriented.
So practically, what are we gonna do today?
So when you want to do soil test, like probably just take this as a small masterclass. You look at your area, how big the land is. You look at the topography. So for example, this is flat land, so the samples will be less by far. But if it was on a slope, the soil on this side, on the top side of the slope, and the soil at the bottom are very different. Mostly if it rains, remember, water will carry the soil from, it will wash away the soil to the down. So you'd find that the lower side has different nutrient composition than from the upside. But because this is flat, it's easy. The second thing you look out for is color differences. You'd find some places have soil that is red, and then another one that is black cotton. Some places is a bit sandy, there's some places is not. But this one seems to be a bit more uniform, so we'll just take randomly to take. And also when you're taking, remember, the soil is meant to show you what is within the root zone of the crop. Most horticultural crops, the root zone is up to 60 centimeters, whether it's tomatoes, onion, capsicum. Capsicum is hoho. Onions are literally very shallow, so literally 10 centimeters deep. So we take up to a depth of approximately 45 to 60 centimeters.
All right.
And then we'll show them how we scrap across to just get the right samples.
All right.
Yeah.
And this is something you would highly advocate for before anything else.
It's important to know what you have. Don't, unfortunately, Kenyans, we also like self-medicating. This guy headache, let me get this painkiller.
Yes.
Headaches, maramoja or whatever. But the headaches was a manifestation of another pain.
Yes.
It was just transferred to where you can feel, and then.
Good.
So you are solving a symptom, so you'll end up solving a symptom consistently. So it's important that you do a soil test. It's very cheap. It de-risks you. It's a decision-making tool that helps you eliminate mistakes that you'll make.
Yes.
Grave and expensive mistakes that you'd make in future. So that's very, very important to note. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know we're about to move into the practical part,
Yeah.
but maybe before we do that, someone is watching and they're like, okay, I love what he's saying.
Yeah.
I would definitely want to get in touch.
Yeah.
I would definitely want to consult, because the more I do this, the more I realize higher your weaknesses.
Oh, yeah.
The way you're saying we love to self-medicate, and I think the harm is major. So maybe someone is watching and they would definitely want to get in touch with you before they watch on how we are going to do this. The soil sample. Yes. Yes. Could you please maybe tell them how to get hold of you, how to connect with you, and also if you feel there's something we've not touched on. Maybe I know right now we've just scratched the surface. There are so many things we are gonna do together. There are so many ways we will definitely collaborate. But could you feel free to also add on something that you feel we've not touched on, as you also tell our audience how best they can be able to connect with you. Yes.
So that's a very good point.
Yes.
This is the point I should tell you. Just look at Agronomy Plus. We are the only guys. Listen to my gospel, but anyway. but this is what I'll say. Information is power, and the reason why most farmers fail is they fail to plan. They go straight into planting. Get the right information. So spend some money in places where some of these things are happening. And that's why I think I am here today, because you've just barely broke the ground, and we are here conversing about the next step. So that's a good step.
Good.
My thinking is spend some time in doing market research. I think I will stick on that. Go to your local market, get some data. Ask the brokers, they always know. The brokers are both a blessing and probably not a blessing. Let me not say the other one. But they have the data. They know exactly when these trends are. So they're a good source of information. But after doing that market research, spend some time with people around us. So we have structured some, we call them decision-making sessions. It's a training session to tell you the opportunities to invest in agribusiness. So there's the light version, which is cheaper, which is virtual, which will probably charge, I don't know, about 2,000 bob or thereabout. But now if you want in-person deep dive sessions, those ones can be curated separately once we know what you need. But in my opinion, the first thing, get information fast, spend everything, be like a bamboo. A bamboo, when it's planted, spends most of its life, even up to 3-4 years underground. You think it's no longer growing. But what it's doing is that it's building its robust network of roots. And then once it breaks into the ground,
it's game over.
It grows crazily. Like within 6 months, you probably have a tall bamboo. So be like bamboo. Don't want to grow and you're up on the ground. Spend time in the ground, build your robust network, build your foundation properly. So get the right information, talk to people like Agronomy Plus, take your soil to the labs for testing, translate that information, get your market research, understand the gaps, and then after that now, come and start planting. Also invest in the right training. Do not be afraid to spend on a good agronomist or a good farm manager, because in my opinion, they will de-risk a lot that you will have spent on later. An agronomist is not that guy who's selling inputs. That guy is selling inputs. That's a sales agronomist. He will tell you, yes, the disease and the problem, but his solution will be selling your product. I'm not bashing them on their jobs. I'm just stating how it is. The best way is get someone who will come and tell you, Lynn, this is the reason why you have thrips. This is why they keep on reoccurring. These are the steps you take to deal with them. And these probably are the ways to do. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you do this and you're consistent, you'll no longer have them as a challenge. That is now the agronomist you need.
Yes.
So I think probably I will share, you can probably reach out to us on our socials, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram.
Yeah.
All of them is Agronomy Plus.
Yes.
And then on X is Agronomy Plus 254, at Agronomy Plus 254. Just to drop in a DM, drop in a message, someone will reach out. But also look out for our poster on a training. I think it's sometime in 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
On the virtual training. We'll probably walk you through a number of value chains, what to look up for when you're investing, and so on and so forth.
All right.
But if to reach out, just do that.
Okay.
You will be there to assist you.
All right.
Yeah.
Love to hear it.
Yep.
So I know this conversation was very much needed.
Yep.
Honestly, I've learned a lot.
Yep.
Mimi, by the way I used to think about it is sikumelimwa, sasi tupande, mwagilia maji bana, si to harvest, si to uze, you know. But now the more you are aware of what goes in and what goes out and how important the soil is.
Right.
I keep having guests on the platform who tell me like, take care of your soil and your soil will take care of you. You get it?
Yeah.
So I look forward to walking through this journey with our audience, of course with you and your team, so that we can be able, kila kitu hapa ni practical, trial and error. We are not here to perfect the game, but we are here to learn together, and that is something I'm really looking forward to,
I'm very excited for the journey.
All right. So we move into the practical part.
Sure.
We are going to sample the soil, and
so
then we are going to send the sample to the lab, and then we are going to come back with results.
And then we'll come back with results.
We are not touching anything here until we have results.
Correct.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Ah, man, this is a soft landing. Huh?
Just keep digging.
I'm doing the right thing, right?
Yeah. Just make sure the deepest part from the top is between 30 to 45 centimeters.
Is that okay?
Yeah, just one more. You can now drag the soil out there.
This way?
Yeah, that way. Still keep on dragging. Dig one more time because you need to hit a hard place at least once.
There.
Have you hit a hard place? So that is the deepest part you should be working with.
Oh, that one?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So try and pull the soil as far as you can.
Okay. There.
Yeah.
Good.
Then now scrub.
Okay, so I do it from here.
Yeah, get the soil profile. So this, guys, this is what we call the soil profile. Just come and check this part.
Okay.
This particular part. The whole of this is what we call the soil profile of the root zone.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to take from here?
No, from here.
From here?
Because you're just scrapping.
Okay, all the way down.
All the way down. Good.
Ooh, yeah.
Amazing.
Did I do the right
Good job. Yeah, you did. You did
okay,
pretty
good.
well. Yeah.
There you go.
Good.
That's our last one.
Amazing.
Yeah, so as always, we are going to mix it up.
Yeah, we've got to mix it up. We have to remove some plant debris like that.
Yes.
They're a little dangerous.
Okay.
And any big soil particles.
Yeah.
Not adding any value to the convo.
Okay.
Mix thoroughly.
Yeah. And then
put in our two
into our sample bags.
Yeah.
And then we label all the way to the lab.
Correct.
Got you.
Label all the way to the lab.
Okay, so I hold?
Yeah, hold this one.
Okay.
I put this one in my pocket for now.
Yes. So, put it here. There.
That's good for one.
Yeah, put the other one. Oops.
All right.
Yeah, and
this is a bit light, but I'll probably add it.
Yes, there you go.
This is good. Yeah, it's very little left.
That's good.
Yep.
Right. So, so we close it.
Yep. Just close it up.
Label it.
We label it. This
block
is block C.
Got you.
Yeah.
So
now.
this is
block C.
Block C.
Yeah.
Nutrition.
Nutrition sample.
Nutrition
sample.
Like that, right?
Yep.
And then we take the last one. Block C.
Block C, pathology sample.
Pathology?
Yes. So to take to the lab,
Yeah.
we will need to write some details. I think we'll write on this other side.
Yes.
This location.
Yes.
It's in which sub-county.
Okay.
Which county, because also
Yeah.
as they do this, it
Yeah.
also helps map the soil map of the country.
Which is beautiful.
This data, yeah. So it
Yes.
feeds into that data of
Okay.
the soil mapping of the country.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that.
Yep. So
So
we're good with this.
That's season finale
Season finale.
of soil sampling,
Block C.
Block C.
Yep.
Now we are heading to the lab.
Yep.
And then after the lab, we are definitely going to share the results with our audience.
Yeah.
And then now we can start planting
That's all right.
based on the feedback we are going to get from
from
the lab.
this. So after this, then
Yes.
we'll have some conversations then.
Good.
We also need to discuss the irrigation,
Mhm.
the crop water requirements. The
Yes.
crop that we decide, we'll probably do a bit of an estimation on the water requirements.
Good.
And then see how do we plan from there.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, it's been a whole day on the farm today trying to walk you through the soil testing conversation and why it's important. And I know we learned a lot, and I really do appreciate you, Mike, for just taking your time coming here all the way to this farm and just walking us through this conversation. And guys, I want us to walk a very beautiful journey together. So as you can see, we are practically doing everything that we said we are going to do. This farm, as I said, we are going to learn and relearn. And of course, if you are looking for the services of an agronomist, you can see me working here with Mike, which means I definitely trust him. And I know we are going to walk through a beautiful journey together. So if you are looking for the services of an agronomist, why don't you guys holler at Mike and his team, and then we walk this journey together.
At Agronomy Plus on all socials.
On all socials.
Yes, and then for X is when it's a little different. It's at Agronomy Plus 254. Yes.
Good. All right. So see you guys on the next one. Remember, follow Agronomy Plus. We are also going to post a bit of our work there, and I look forward to how this farm turns out. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next episode. Love you so very much, and let's do this thing together. All right. Sasa tukakule nyama kama kawa.